What is good, y'all? It's Anime K here. We are back with another video, and today we are doing Minato versus the Akatsuki. Now, I've seen a lot of these similar videos out on the internet, and it's just overall a great idea to see how Minato would fare against the Akatsuki if he stayed alive. So jumping straight into the video without doing too much talking, Minato versus Hidan. Minato, again, straight away, Minato would definitely win this fight. Hidan's whole fighting style is based off him hitting someone and taking their blood, and Minato is just the worst possible matchup for Hidan if there's any worst possible matchups for Hidan. Minato is literally the worst matchup. The only other matchup that would be even worse than Minato would probably be KCM1 or KCM2 Naruto, but yeah, he's just too fast. Moving on though with Kakazu. Now Kakazu is again an interesting one, but I think again with Minato, with his speed levels and the fact that Kakashi was able to very not easily, but was able to go up against Kakazu really well. And obviously we're talking about Hokage Minato, right? I think Minato, just alone with his speed, with the flying Raijin, would just be able to destroy all of Kakazu's hearts and eventually kill him. Now Deidara is an interesting one, right? And I say because his main style is long range attacks, right? Which would definitely give Minato a bit of a handicap, given the fact that Minato with his flying Raijin has to be close to someone. But yeah, I realize we're recording that I said Minato has to be close to someone while using the flying Raijin, but technically I really meant he either has to mark them or he could throw his kunai up there at Deidara, right? That's what I really meant. He doesn't technically have to be close to someone, but preferably he has to get close to them to use the jutsu. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I meant. Peace. Again, I still think Minato takes this, right? I think Minato being the smart guy he is, would definitely be able to figure out a strategy to be able to either get one of his kunai or to get a marking on one of Deidara's attacks. Now, on the other hand, Deidara's attacks, while they are long range, I feel like Minato would just be too fast for Deidara to be able to hit him with one of his explosion attacks. But I feel the way Minato wins this fight, basically kind of how he defeated Obito, or kind of how he countered the Raikage's attack. Yeah, that's a better example. How he countered the Raikage's attacks, where he had kunais all over. And I just feel like he would be able to, I feel like he would use intelligence to be able to get one of the kunais near Deidara and either hit him with a Rasengan or just whatever move he would want to do. And with the final and Deidara's final attack, right, if Deidara was to use that, which most likely he would have to, because he had to use that against a 3-2 main Sasuke, right? A 3-2 main curse mark Sasuke, right? If and when Deidara has to pull out his big C4 attack, Minato could just simply teleport away, far away to one of his other markings, and that would basically be game over for Deidara. Now, moving on to Sasori, and again, Sasori is a really interesting fight, but again, I would say Minato does take this, right? So Sasori, he would have to pull out his 100 puppets, right? He just would have to pull that out against Minato, right? And with those 100 puppets, I feel like if Minato was to throw his kunai all over the battlefield, he'd just be able to constantly just teleport between his different kunais, destroy every single puppet, and then eventually kill Deidara. Now, killing Deidara wouldn't be easy. I feel like, you know, he does have that poisonous smoke, and more than not, he might still have his puppet armor on him, but I feel like, again, with Minato's speed, and I don't like using this as a reason for every single battle, but you gotta understand the flying Raijin is an ability that very few people can counter. You instantly teleport to that spot. So again, I feel like just with the flying Raijin, Minato is going to be able to get in close to Sasori and kill him. Now, moving on to Kasame, right? Kasame is a very interesting one, and I say Kasame is an interesting one because out of all these fights, Kasame will be the first fight where Minato won't have the most chakra, right? So this is a definitely fight where Minato, he would not have to end it quick, but couldn't let the fight go on too long, because Kasame would have the advantage. Because in any long fight, most of the time, Kasame has the advantage, being you know, they call him the tailless tail beast, having so much chakra that he has, he just naturally has the advantage. And plus with Samihada, the sword that basically gives him more chakra, right? So he has more chakra in Samihada. Now there is a way that I thought Minato would be able to beat Kasame, right? And this is based off if you think Samihada can absorb Senjutsu chakra. If you do, then I guess there's other ways, but let's get into that. So I did a bit of research and there's different answers on this, but let's go with you've never really seen Samihada absorb Senjutsu chakra, but then again we've never seen him go against someone with Sage while using Sage mode. So I'm gonna go with that he can't absorb it because Senjutsu chakra is different to normal chakra, so I'm gonna assume he can't absorb it, right? So I feel like Minato would just have to get into Sage mode and then would then use Sage mode to defeat Kasame. Now Kasame has that big water bubble prison thing that he used to kill a bee. But again, like I'll say with every single person, Minato isn't easily one of them people that can be easily trapped in a space like that. So then again, he would probably use Flying Raijin. Now, if you think, let's go in terms of the battle area, right? Say if Kasame was to fill every single one of Minato's kunai with his water bubble prison, and you don't, let's not just say the easy way out that Minato could just teleport to another location, right? Let's just say he gets trapped in that big water prison, right? Then we have a really hard argument right there, right? Because if Kasame was able to trap Minato in that big water prison, I feel like it's definitely wraps. But that big water prison, I feel like Minato, again, being how smart he is, wouldn't get trapped in that and would just teleport away. But if you think Samihada can absorb Senjutsu chakra, right, then we've got a different argument here. Because then that's a tough fight for Minato. Even in Sage mode, that's still a tough fight if Samihada can't absorb all of Minato's chakra. So the best thing for Minato to do would be, again, use the Flying Raijin, try and find a spot where he could attack Kasame without Samihada absorbing his chakra. But then, yet again though, I still give this fight to Minato. So moving on to the probably one of the most popular one-on-one fights that is constantly discussed is Itachi versus Minato. Again, I give this to Minato, which I've explained in past videos, but with Minato, I feel like there's so much advantages that he has over Itachi. It's really sad. Now this, again, it would be a different discussion if Itachi didn't have his chakra disease, but he does. Genjutsu, again, don't think would be a factor, especially if Minato uses Sage mode, because with Sage mode, he doesn't have to look Itachi in the eyes anyway, but he has an ability where he doesn't have to look Itachi in his eyes. He can just use Sage mode, plus with the Flying Raijin. Now, granted, yes, if Itachi uses his Susanoo, that's a different story, but like we've seen with Itachi at the end, he doesn't have a lot of stamina anyway, and two, using his Susanoo would be very taxing on his body. Even if we're just talking about primary Itachi when he just left the village and joined the Akatsuki, so when his disease wasn't too bad, even so, using his Susanoo would really cripple him. He would have to finish the fight quickly, but then again, and I'm bringing it up again, it's a recurring theme, the Flying Raijin.
Oh shit, here we go again.
With Itachi's, Yadamir blade and all that, right? Again, would he be able to land a hit on Minato? I highly doubt that. He stabbed Nagato and he stabbed Orochimaru. Orochimaru was a big snake creature, right? So easy for him to stab. And with Nagato, again, he did stab Nagato from a blind spot, but Nagato is no Minato. And Minato, with that Flying Raijin, I just don't think Itachi is hitting him. And I think this fight ends purely based off just stamina alone. I just don't think Itachi would be able to hold up long enough to be able to deal with Minato. And Minato, that he's not known for his chakra, but has a lot of chakra in his arsenal and is not sick. So we gotta give this to Minato. Now finally moving on to the master.
Senpai.
Oh yeah, I forgot Zetsu as well. Yeah, Zetsu, obviously, you know, Minato wins that fight. But Obito, and this is the interesting one, is Obito, right? Now, with Obito, it depends what Obito we're talking about here, right? Obviously, Minato defeated a 14-year-old Obito, right? But let's say if we're talking about the Obito before the war arc, right? Before he gets the Rinnegan, right? Let's talk about that Obito. That is an interesting one because that Obito, while is stronger and more experienced with his Kamui, doesn't have the Nine Tails with him this time, one. And two, doesn't have those chains that he used on Minato as well. So it's a really tough one. It just depends on whether you think, I really do think this, right? I think this fight is just 50-50. And I think this fight is based off which person out of Minato and Obito displays the quickest reaction time or the quickest attack time. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be similar to, you know, during their first fight. I think that first fight was mainly 50-50. If Minato was going to hit his Rasengan or if Obito would grab Minato into the Kamui dimension. Now both of them would be stronger because if we're talking about just a Minato, that Hokage Minato from his last day alive, yeah, okay, then maybe you might give it to Obito, but this would be a stronger Minato because by the time the war arc came around, Minato would have definitely, if still alive, would have been significantly stronger as well. So I just think this fight with Obito, I think it's based off which one of them has the fastest reaction time and is the quickest, either Minato to hit Obito with a Rasengan or Obito to Kamui Minato away. I think after Obito gets the Rinnegan and the rest of the Tail Beasts, you know, the rest of the Jinchuriki, I thought that's when Obito just starts to win, and obviously Jubito would win Minato as well. But look, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, tell me if you enjoyed this video, tell me who you think would have won the battles. Hopefully I explained them well enough, but even though, look, all the Akatsuki are great members, I know it kind of sounds like I was writing them off easily, but that's just how overpowered the Flying Raijin is, which you should check out that video as well that I've got, link will be in the bio. And also it's just how good Minato is as well and how smart he is, because the main things that give Minato the edge over the rest of the Akatsuki is he's smarter than all of them, he's faster than all of them. Yeah, it's just that. He's just smart, and he's smart and can react to stuff and process stuff quickly, and he's that fast that a lot of characters, you just can't stop him. Now, I feel like every fight he wins, apart from the Obito one, where I think it's just 50-50 location and which character is able to capitalize the best off the other one. But look, this has been Anime K, and if you would like a part 2 to this, maybe with a different person going against the Akatsuki, let me know. But yeah, share this video and thank you.